What's up, guys? Only a handful of NFL's greatest wide receivers actually got to win a Super Bowl. Jerry Rice, Reggie Wayne, and Michael Irvin won themselves some titles, but other great pass catchers like Randy Moss and Terrell Owens never got a ring. Some of the top wide receivers in the NFL today look poised to win one eventually, but there are also at least 5 big-time stars who won't be so lucky. I'm Jason Bondo, and today we present 5 NFL wide receivers that will win a Super Bowl and 5 that won't. And don't forget to subscribe to TPS and put on your notifications because we post videos every single day. Every day is a new video, so subscribe. Why wouldn't you? Number 5 will win. Brandon Cooks. The Speedy Cooks received a 5-year, $80 million extension from the Los Angeles Rams in the 2018 offseason. That means that he gets to spend the rest of his prime years with star quarterback Jared Goff and the star-studded Rams super team. He's set. Cooks and the fellow wideouts Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp are the game's best three-handed monsters at receiver. Throw in a flashy running back Todd Gurley, and you have an offensive machine that's built to win for many years. Cooks will not regret leaving New Orleans or New England. He's on a team built to win today, tomorrow, and for like the next 5 years. That means a Super Bowl championship ring will one day be presented to him. Probably this year, to be honest. I hope at least. Who knows? I'm not saying for sure, but you know. Number 5 won't win. DeSean Jackson. D-Jax is one of the top wide receivers that hasn't won a Super Bowl. Unfortunately, he didn't make a wise choice signing with a dysfunctional Washington Redskins team in 2014. And joining the even worse Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2017 was another bad decision on his part. The 3-time Pro Bowler has dazzled with his lightning-quick speed and world-class athleticism. He reached 1,000 yards in 2009, 2010, 2013, 2014, and 2016. But again, Jackson just didn't get to play for many winning teams. Now nearing the end of his prime years, it's safe to say Jackson will probably never win a Super Bowl. That sucks. Number 4 will win. Michael Thomas. The New Orleans Saints found a gem when they got Ohio State wide receiver Michael Thomas with the 47th overall pick in 2016. Thomas registered 196 yards through his first 2 years, setting an NFL record. He's arguably the game's best wideout now, establishing world-class chemistry with all-time passing yards leader Drew Brees. Brees may be in his 40s now, but we love Thomas's chance of winning a Super Bowl. Maybe he wins one with Brees. Maybe not. But the Saints are loaded with young talent, including Alvin Kamara and Marshawn Lattimore. That means as long as they find the right successor for Brees, the championship window will remain open for a long time. And that means Thomas will eventually win a Super Bowl with the Saints. The only question will be if it's in a pre- or post-Brees era. But given how they're playing this year with Brees, might happen. Number 4 won't win. Mike Evans. Credit Tampa Bay Buccaneers star Mike Evans for being loyal to his longtime losing franchise. He signed a 5-year, $82.5 million extension in the 2018 offseason. But unfortunately for Evans, that was before Jameis Winston began throwing away his career. As a result, it looks like Evans is now devoting the rest of his prime years to an awful team that once again has to try to find and develop a new franchise quarterback. Also, did we mention the Bucs play in the NFC South, which features Brees, Cam Newton, and Matt Ryan? Those 3 guys keep their teams in contention every year. Unless Evans asks for a trade soon, and he won't, this guy will never win a Super Bowl. Consider it a classic example of the Buccaneers wasting a superstar's talent in his prime years. Classic Bucs. Number 3 will win. Odell Beckham Jr. Well, Odell wasn't able to help Eli Manning win a 3rd Super Bowl championship. No big deal. Beckham can just do it in the post-Manning era. When is that going to be, Giants? Tell us. The Giants have been awful for a while now, but there's a lot to like about their rebuild. Beckham will still dominate for many more years. Saquon Barkley is the league's next great running back. He's a beast. New York just has to draft and develop their next great quarterback. Throw him in there with Beckham, Barkley, and Sterling Shepard, and we see another Super Bowl at the end of the tunnel for the Giants. Yeah, we're sorry that him and Eli couldn't do it together. It would have been pretty cool to see them get a 3rd ring. Number 3 won't win. AJ Green. The Cincinnati Bengals are on another level of awesome when it comes to finding incredible ways to mess up. This is a team that hasn't won a playoff game since 1990. It's an organization that has kept Marvin Lewis around since 2003, even though, dare we say, he has 0 playoff wins on his resume. That's a fact. So with all due respect to perennial Pro Bowler AJ Green, he ain't winning the Super Bowl ring. Even if he leaves the Bengals down the road, he's already in his 30s, and he's bound to slow down eventually. I mean, you really can't blame him for remaining loyal to Cincinnati. A lot of people thought that he and Dalton had the potential to bring a championship to the franchise, but it just wasn't meant to be. Number 2 will win, DeAndre Hopkins. As if Houston wasn't spoiled enough with the 2017 World Series champion Astros and NBA powerhouse Rockets, the Houston Texans own a world-class wide receiver in DeAndre Hopkins. He's complemented by Deshaun Watson, who's developed into one of the game's most dynamic young quarterbacks. Move to the other side of the ball, and there's JJ Watt, who's still in his prime and anchoring an annual top 10 defensive unit. The guy's nuts. Let's keep it short and sweet. It's a matter of when Hopkins and the Texans win the Super Bowl, not if. We wouldn't be surprised if they won more than a single title either. Number 2 won't win, Julio Jones. Julio Jones could go down as the greatest all-around and most dominant wide receiver of his era. He has the perfect combination of size, speed, hands, and athleticism. The annual 1,000-yard receiver and perennial Pro Bowler saw his one chance at the championship slip away. Jones's phenomenal sideline catch against the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 51 should have been the dagger, but it wasn't, because Jones's Atlanta Falcons blew a 28-3 lead and lost the big game in overtime. Fun fact, when it was 28-3, I bet my friend that if the Patriots came back and won, I would buy him drinks for the entire night after that, and then they did. And I had to buy my friend Tom drinks for the entire night. It was a pretty fun night though. Honestly, I'm kind of glad that I did because we had a really good time afterwards, but like, just for you guys in the future, if a team is winning 28-3, don't bet your friend that you'll buy him drinks for the rest of the night if the other team comes back, because it happens, and it happened in the Super Bowl, and then I lost a lot of money. Just saying. But Jones and Matt Ryan only have so many prime years left. On top of that, we simply don't have faith in Atlanta's ability to win another big game anymore. They blew it, plain and simple. Jones will join Randy Moss and Terrell Owens in the club of all-time great wide receivers who never won it all. Number 1 will win, Antonio Brown. Since 2014, Antonio Brown has been the NFL's best wide receiver. All these annual 100-yard catch, 1,000-yard seasons, they're pretty cool and all, but we all know that AB just wants a championship at this point. Browns' Pittsburgh Steelers lost Super Bowl 45 to the Green Bay Packers, and he's still waiting for them to get back to the big game. Fortunately for Brown, the Steelers' title window is open for a few more years. That gives him plenty of time to win a ring, or 2, or 3, who knows. Ben Roethlisberger hasn't slowed down either. The offensive line is an elite top 5 unit. James Conner solidifies the ground game. TJ Watt anchors a promising up-and-coming defense. With few other AFC teams holding as much star power and young talent as the Steelers, it's safe to believe that Big Ben will lead them to another Super Bowl championship, and Brown will be a big part of it. Number 1 won't win, Larry Fitzgerald. The Arizona Cardinals legend sits 3rd all-time in receptions and 2nd all-time in receiving yards. Named to his 11th Pro Bowl in 2017, Larry Fitzgerald has been the model of consistency. Unfortunately, the Cardinals just haven't been able to bring him a championship because they kind of suck. Sorry, Cardinals fans, but you guys kind of suck right now. They came oh so close to winning Super Bowl 43, but the Steelers beat them in the waning seconds. Fitzgerald hasn't played in the big game since. Fitz has maintained that he only wants to play for the Cardinals, which means he'll never win a Super Bowl. Even if the future Hall of Famer were to change teams, time and odds are against him. He's really one of the most lovable players of all time. He's a pure class act. No NFL veteran deserves a ring more than him. And it's not a stretch to argue he will go down as the best wide receiver to never win a Super Bowl. What other NFL wide receivers will win the Super Bowl and which ones won't? Join us in the comment section below. Also, make sure to go follow myself and Total Pro Sports on social media. We post great content all the time. It's great. Go follow us. Your phone's in your hand. I know it. Just go do it. If you like this video, make sure to like it. It's one tap, one click. That's all you got to do. We really appreciate it. And if this is your first time at Total Pro Sports, make sure to subscribe because we post videos every single day. Every day is a new video. Of course, thanks so much for watching. I'm Jason Bondo, and I'll see you later.
My knee.